So all day I kept refreshing the feed on my phone because I was expecting a shipment from UPS, and I kept refreshing, and it said that my package was out for delivery, and it's, almost, it's after 9 o'clock, and I was like, man, I guess my package isn't going to come. And then my wife sends me a message and she says, I think UPS left something on the front porch. So I go out and I look, and sure enough, there are 2 boxes from CGC sitting on the porch. Mind you, I was supposed to sign for those, but they decided to leave them out there with some diapers. I don't think they were diapers. I think it might have been like pull-ups for my daughter. But in this video, we're going to unbox some comics. Stay tuned. Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. In this video, we are going to unbox some comics, and I just cut open the first box, and I'm going to grab the stack out, and we are going to look at these books together. And that is the invoice, so we are going to set that to the side. And right off the top, I see a really good book. So we're going to check these out. And that makes me very, very happy. All right, so the very first book on the top is Batman, The Killing Joke. This is a really nice book, and it is a 9.8 right there. This is a really, really nice book, and we are going to drop this one right off to the side. Really cool book right there. Next up, we have another cool book and another 9.8. Let me make sure. Oh, yes. This is, I believe, the first print. I wonder if they're going to mark this. This is Batman The Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller story, first appearance of Carrie Kelly. And this is also a 9.8 right there, of course, with white pages. 2 really nice Batman books right off the top. And I believe that that's actually the first print. There are some second print in here, so I'm waiting to see how they're going to handle that. Yep, that was a first print. Here is another first print. This one is actually a 9.6. I had hope that this one was also going to be a 9.8, but I knew that it actually had some damage on this back corner, so I'm thankful for the 9.6. The first one was definitely perfect. This one was a fingers crossed that I was going to be able to get it, but sure enough, there is the damage on the back side, and that's why this one came back at a 9.6, but still a very fair grade. The next one is... This is actually the second print of those books. Batman The Dark Knight #1. This is actually a 9.4. That is a second print. Now that one is a little shocking, but I guess I did have some damage on the back again. On that corner, not much you can do about that. And also on the front corner, I forgot about that. There we go. Fair grade right there. Really nice book. These are all really nice, heavy square bound books, so not a bad little stack of books right there. This next one was a little bit of a disappointment. I was hopeful that I was going to be able to get a 9.8 on this one, but it is what it is. It is still a really, really nice book, and I think that they gave it a 9.6 because of this lower corner. There's a little bit of some color loss on the corner. I attributed it to just manufacturing process. Maybe they see it a little bit different, but it is a gorgeous cover of Powers of 10 issue #1. I absolutely love this cover right here. I love this book. So this one is going to be in the personal collection for a very long time. There is something about that book. And as I mentioned, I actually have 2 boxes. So I'm going to reach down here and try to cut the other one open. And we had a number of rejects. because I was taking shot on goal with a couple of books, and I was trying to get them at like 9.8. So we did have some rejected books, which is par for the course when you do a pre-screen, especially when you're taking shot on goal, because I knew that there was a chance that they would not be 9.8s, and sure enough, they were not 9.8s. But you sometimes have to take shot on goal. The benefit of doing that is that you only pay $5 processing for them to look at the book and determine that it did not meet the pre-screen criteria. So that's a whole lot less than to get a book that might not be worth much if it isn't a 9.8. So $5 isn't bad. But this book right here, Batman The Dark Knight Returns #2, this one actually came back at a 9.6 white pages. Definitely a theme, if you will, to what I did with this box, as evidenced by what you are seeing right now. Another 9.6. Next up, another 9.6. And let me see. Oh, we're going to set that one. Set that one to the side. And another 9.6. Definitely a theme. I had a huge stack of these books, so I decided to send them all in. Another 9.6 right there. Stack that there. These next couple, I was so hopeful I was gonna get a 9.8 on at least one of them. But this is Ghost Rider Volume 2, Issue number 1. First appearance of Danny Ketch as the Ghost Rider, came back at a 9.6 white pages, and it came along with 2 buddies. So I have 3 of these that all basically came back at a 9.6, which isn't bad. These are actually really cool books. So I will tell you the 9.8 would have been pretty sweet as well. So the rest of that is, there's a couple of rejects down there where I took shot on goal of some of those books that you just saw and didn't quite meet the thresholds. But overall, I am definitely very pleased, especially with this first one right here that I showed you out the gate. Well, the second one technically. This is actually a really cool book, this one right here. And I had to tell you, I did a fair amount of research trying to determine the difference between the first print and the second print, because some of them are not labeled as such, and so you have to like look inside the front cover at the shades of gray to determine which is a first print and second print, because like I said, they're not labeled. And so I was very pleased to have received at least one of those at a 9.8. I was hoping for 2, but again, the grades that I received on these books are all fair grades. And so overall, definitely very pleased. I will tell you that this is actually the first batch of books from the 100 comic book collection, 100K comic book collection, my pedigree collection. And at some point in the near future, many of these books are actually going to be available for sale. I definitely would encourage you to stay tuned to the channel and also stay tuned to my website, because that's exactly where these books will be posted. Don't send me a message to ask me about these books. Stay tuned to the video, stay tuned to the website, because that's where all the information will be presented. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, I certainly want to encourage you to hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment behind so we can mix it up in the comment section. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I definitely want to encourage you to do that as well. And either way, you can actually reach out to me if you need to, and you can do it on Instagram at Reggie Collects, or you can send me an email to reggie@reggiecollects.com. Take care.